I'll be using my outline to speak from today. How many of you like the idea of getting off from a long day of work or school and then coming home and sitting down with your child or children and doing another 2 or 3 hours on 5th grade math problems? If you're like me, I don't like the idea very well, and neither does most of the United States. With my wife having a brother in the 6th grade and me having 2 cousins in 7th and 8th grade, we've had a lot of experiences with Common Core math. Common Core math is in every school across the nation. And if it's not in your school right now, I'm sure it's on its way. Since Common Core math's in every school across the nation, and if not, it'll be in yours soon, let's look at how really bad it is compared to the traditional math we used to know. In my speech today, we'll cover several things. 1, the length of time Common Core math takes compared to traditional math. 2, not only does the children not understand it, but their parents at home don't understand it either. And 3, how it affects the grades of children across the nation. Let's begin by looking at how long Common Core math is compared to traditional math. Common Core math is at least double, if not triple, the time it takes to do one compared to regular math. There's countless stories of parents and their struggles with Common Core math all over the internet. According to a video that's on thefederalist.com, it takes a Common Core math teacher over 1 minute to solve 9 plus 6, which is obviously 15 to all the rest of us. According to another example on townhall.com, it shows us how they want you to break each individual number down and then add them, instead of just adding the whole numbers to begin with, which is kind of like going reverse and then forward. I personally have had a lot of trouble with Common Core math, my wife's little brother's homework. I would just simply add the numbers and get the answer. But then it's wrong according to the Common Core math way. I was supposed to break them all down, add the small numbers, and then get my answer, which takes at least double the time. As you can see here in this example, the top is the old way, 32 minus 12 equals 20. The bottom is Common Core. They want you to break it all down and then get 20. Not only is it double the time, it takes up double the space on your paper. Now that we've looked at how long it takes to do Common Core math, let's look at the fact that not only do the kids not understand it, but neither do their parents. Every kid in school now has to do Common Core math. But everyone knows that all the kids' parents never had Common Core math in their school days, and probably will never see it until the kid brings home a homework paper. According to a news clip on thedailycaller.com, there were so many parents in Florida having trouble with Common Core math that they started calling them horror stories. I personally have seen my mother and father-in-law sit for countless hours with my wife's little brother and never get a single problem done. That is because he don't understand it. When he gets home, he needs help. He can't get help because his parents don't understand it neither. It's so bad. There's an article on AmericanThinker.com that is titled Common Core Math's Dirtiest Trick is Dividing Parents from Their Children. Again, I have seen this personally, because I've seen my mother and father-in-law argue with my wife's little brother about how to do a problem. The bad thing was, they were both right. He was trying to do it the Common Core way, which is break them all down. My mother and father-in-law was trying to do it the only way they knew how. So in my opinion, it's dividing families up by making them sit for countless hours and argue about stuff like how to do 9 plus 6 instead of doing things as a family. Now that we've seen how long it takes to do a Common Core math problem, and we've looked at not only does the kids not understand it, but the parents don't either. Now let's look at how Common Core math affects the kids' grades in a negative way. Common Core math affects kids' grades in a very negative way, simply because they get problems marked wrong when the answer is correct. They just didn't do it the Common Core way. Now this really hits home, because I've seen a lot of kids, especially my wife's little brother with his homework. I'll be wrong, but yet they're right. A lot of times he brought home a bad grade on the math worksheet. All his answers were right, but he did not come to the correct answer the same way as the teacher, so therefore it was counted wrong. According to Wikipedia.com, the Common Core math idea was to have everybody on the same learning level. But in my opinion, it's really knocking people down to a lower level before it puts them all on the same level. So in conclusion, I'm sure Common Core math was a great idea when it was thought of, but now it's just simply terrible. Now, these were just 3 of the things that makes Common Core math terrible. It takes way too long, the kids don't understand it as well as their parents, and it's making our kids' grades be affected in a negative way. So let's look at our original topic, Common Core math. Originally designed to help, but it's done nothing but hinder. Why can't we just leave things alone? Go back to the original math we had for years and years. Just like one of my favorite sayings says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Or, if you try to fix something that's not broke, you'll probably break it in the process. Just like Common Core math.